Miss Universe podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Miss Universe podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Miss Universe podcast.
Hello and welcome to Emma's podcast. In today's podcast, we don't know what we're going to be talking about. We talked on a previous podcast, on Monday podcast, we just talked about being creative. So I gave an example of what I'm doing with my YouTube channel and get things rolling and just stepping outside of the box. I think it is so essential to learn to, sorry. Oh, step outside of the comfort zone. I don't know. It's my second podcast that I'm recording right now, and it's amazing because on the first one I receive a call. On the second, I barely start this one, and I receive another call, and it's like, really? That's nice. That's very nice, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. It's just recording my podcast. That's the goal for today. So, learning to go outside of a comfort zone and really cultivating the word freedom. Like I mentioned in a previous one, for me, the word freedom is more essential because a lot of people, when you say, well, we're living in a free country, yeah, good, but we're still restrained by our pattern and our cocoon life, quote unquote, meaning not, be feeling like our 8 to 5 job paycheck is secure, then our routine is being in our routine. This is what the world of the ego wants us in that little box and sheltered, and we don't move, blah blah blah. But when you step outside of that little box and really expand and take the adventure of a lifetime, this is where you feel more alive and free, actually. Because have you ever noticed that the curiosity, the excitement, the adrenaline that comes in is make you feel more alive? That's what it is. And a lot of people are like, well, I'm not so sure, I'm getting out of my comfort zone. Would I go and take a motorcycle class? Would I go and take a cooking class? Would I go and learn to start a podcast, start a blog, do something that will really encourage you and ignite that fire within you? This is where you realize you're not limited. You are limitless. Yes, some people are more confused or afraid because you will find, and your ego will find any excuses in the book to just say, oh my God, if you do this, Emma, this is the end of the world. I am telling you, if you step outside of the box, everything is going to crumble to nothing. When in fact, it's the reverse. Thing will crumble in your life in order to leave room for you to bring more stuff. Have you ever noticed that relationship, and it doesn't have to be a mate, but it can be any relationship in your life, people will come for a time in your life, walk on your path for a while, and will disappear, quote unquote, meaning walk off when you're done to learn your life lessons, when you realize that you're moving to the next level, and that relationship, whatever it is, doesn't work anymore because you outgrown it. It's the same with a job. And that is what's so fascinating when you go into the discovery of your life and really see where you are, where you stand, and where you need to be, or you're heading towards to. I would say, from my personal view and experience, I have cut off everything. Every people, everything that needed to be cut off. And sometimes it's hard to do it because of the codependence, because of the etheric core that we have. Because when you connect with somebody, there's a etheric cord, which is an invisible cord between two, it could be animals, it could be humans, and they are forming. This is a connection. It's like plugging an apparatus into the socket, basically, quote unquote. But it's very interesting that sometimes you have to leave room, meaning you have to remove what doesn't serve us. And the most interesting part of it is that when you're doing this, you're helping yourself. I don't know why my now iPad is acting up. It's the weirdest thing ever. Seriously, I'm a, oh boy. It's very interesting. So that just cut me. That cuts the flow a little bit here. Sorry about that. So, when you're cutting those relationships, when you're stopping and you change work because you're outgrown the position, because you know you're bored, you know there is something out there better for you that's waiting for you. In order to come in, you have to make rooms. Think for a minute. And I always use that that image when if you have it doesn't matter if you have one or not, but if you have a house and it's full of garbage, full of stuff that are old, and you just purchase a new home, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna take all of the old stuff and the garbage and move it in? Or are you gonna look at what you've got, give it away, sell it what you don't want, get rid of the garbage, and only move with the essential, which is the bare minimum, and you're ready to splurge on new items? Because if you move your entire house to that new house, there will be no room for new things. Well, life does the same thing. You go by cycles where you got the people around you, and then you realize you're outgrown that relationship, whatever it is. Then you're gonna cut it out, remove them one by one, and then it's leaving the room for bringing other people in your life that are more vibration with you. You can grab and continue to have those people you're supposed to cut out of your life, have them in, but they're becoming your anchor in your life. So new people will not come as easily than they should if you did not walk away from previous relationship that do not work. And again, you can looking at personal or friendship, whatever fits you right here, right now. It's the same with work. You can stay in a paid job that you have outgrown and you're bored because your assumption or your ego is going to tell you, well, you get a paycheck here. So stay where you are because it's safer for you, even if you're bored to death, that you're not excited anymore about that job, and you know there is something better out there, but you are in a state of fear because of the unknown. Also, you're going to be changing from those patterns and habits you've got at work to a new space, regardless if it's within the company or outside of the company. Because if when you change a job and position, you're not taking that position, you're moving up to somewhere else. So you're going to have to learn different things. Some people are adept to do those changes and being more flexible than others because we're creature of habits. We have our habits. I have my habits. I have my habits to walk normally my dog in the morning, like I did not do it this morning because, again, when I'm recording this, it's the same day that I'm recording my 3 podcasts. Daddy got punished, quote unquote. She's not going to go for a walk. She will not have the luxury to have a walk with mama because she play papillon. However, the other 2 will go outside when it's not raining anymore, and we're going to go walk around and let them roam free, and we'll be just fine with the 2 boys. So we do those walk in the morning, and they go outside and enjoy the day. So I have a routine. I have a routine to do my podcast. I have a routine now to create my meditations and producing them and put them on YouTube. So I have some routine than I do because I need to be consistent with the stuff that I do. My TikTok word of the day, unless yesterday, which was extraordinary actually, on a Tuesday, I will say the shoo shoo hit the fan, the doo doo hit the fan actually, and I end up to basically record something that did not upload it because my phone decided that it was full. And I had planned also to record cooking segment for my YouTube channel. Recorded it, stopped in the middle because what? Guess what? My phone storage is full for some unknown reason. Could not uploaded my TikTok. Then I did because the storage was full until today. Believe it or not, it saved it as a draft, which is good. But I did another one today. But I do my words of the day every day. Unless something happened and I cannot go for a walk or something happened and like it happened yesterday, I could not post it. But you have to be consistent. Now, when you're looking at a 9-to-5 job, and 9-to-5 can be at any time, okay? It's a permanent job somewhere. You're working for somebody else's. You got your habits. We all have our habits. You like to go in the morning, you like to take your time, you're gonna go get your coffee break or your water cooler chat, you do your things. Now, changing your routine, how do you feel? Most people don't like it because we like our routine. We are creature of habits. Like any animals here, we're creature of habits. It doesn't change. We can speak. We have technology, but look at the other animals. They are creature of habits as well. And they have their temper and their mood as well. But are you equipped to make the change? Are you equipped mentally to accept the fact that, okay, I have to be honest with myself. I'm unhappy where I'm at work. I can do something better because I know I've got the skill sets and I'm more curious to continue to evolve. Am I going to take the leap of faith or not? Or I'm going to stay where I'm at because it's safer. I get my checks on a weekly, bi-weekly, on a monthly basis. It doesn't matter. But I got an income coming. Or should I go somewhere else where I don't know the people? I'm going to have to learn something brand new. I'm going to have a paycheck, but am I secure where I'm going to go? Don't know, but I'm scared. And as a creature of habits, then a lot of people are not going to make that because I'm not flexible enough, because I'm too scared, because my ego is going to be too loud. So think about how much of a creature of habits are you, and what are you going to do to continue? Do you like the way you are, or do you want to change and really are feeling more attracted to a different position or a different way of life, or what do you want to do? Those are the questions. And it's nice to dream it, but are you going to go and claim it? The hardest part is not the dreams. Everybody can dream, have a vision, has a goal. But the question is, are you going to do the step? Are you going to talk the talk and walk the walk? Because the most important is not only the talk. Talk is cheap, but walking it, walking on your path, taking that leap of faith and said, you know what, I can do it. I am doing it. So think about that. It takes courage to go into the unknown. And I'm not blaming anyone because people, as I said, people don't want to change. You don't have to change. You are good where you are. This is who you are. And nobody should put a judgment on anyone that doesn't want to change. This is your journey. Remember, you're in your own shoes. Nobody else's is. So even though you might receive pressure from others, who gives a crap? It's your decision. Do I want to change? Do I want to add some spice in my life? Do I want to be more in the agile style, which is more flexible, quote unquote, going with the flow? Doesn't mean you give. People think going with the flow is I'm going to give all of my powers away and every circumstances will come and, dictate. No. Going with the flow is being able to adapt to situation to continue to navigate the raging river that is our lives. Okay? It is not giving your powers away and say, well, now you can do whatever, life, whatever you want to do to me. No. It's learning to navigate and be flexible. And I think this is one of the most interesting things in our life to do. And I feel, per experience and what I've seen, what I've experienced personally, that when you become in charge of your own life, of your own decisions, then you get things more accomplished that way. You can make some very big quantum leap in your life, in your professional life, by becoming the master of your own destiny. It takes courage to do this. It's not that easy. The younger generation have it a little bit easier because you get TikTok, you can start things online easily. But for people who, want their routine, want the peace of mind, the quietness, it makes it a little bit more challenging because you're going to step outside of those boundaries. You're going to create your own peace, but you're going to have to go through the learning process. And I think this is what most people are afraid of, is the learning process to get from the beginning to where you can stabilize your life. And that is the unknown. That's where you're rocking the boat left and right, trying to learn on how to navigate, how to be more flexible, how to be in more equilibrium, and being able to do things without going from the extreme of the flight or fight mode that most people will experience. That's part of the growth and the journey. And looking back, even within 6 months when you start to do this, look back at where you were when you started to where you are. You'll be amazed of the growth you have gone through. Is it the end? No. You can choose the level of the growth as well. It's not like you got to go completely to your goals. You can maybe stop in the middle and say, well, I'm fine where I'm at. I'm enjoying it. Or you can achieve your goal and just say, well, you know what? I don't mind this, but now I want to do something different because now I'm excited. Now that I open those doors to the unknown, to be able to be who I am, I'm going to go and do something new. We have our own free will, regardless where we are in the world. Nothing can be taken away from our mind. And the most powerful tool we've got is our mind. Dreaming, even if you don't see the outer condition being optimal, but being able to, with your willpower, convince your mind that everything is fine and you are living the life you want. That is one of the biggest things that most people have a hard time to deal with. That's probably why I created those meditations, because I have gone through hell back and forth in my life. It has never been a quiet river on this one. That's been my life. I think 5 decades of crap. That's basically pretty much what I had to gone through to where I'm at today. There was a lot of teaching. There was a lot of karmic lessons. Now it's dharma. It's not karma anymore, because people made a mistake when they thought, oh, it's good karma. No, it's dharma. Okay, karma is when you have to learn harsh lessons. Dharma is when things are going very well. So when you're done with your karmic lessons, then you got dharma, the doors that open and everything works in perfect synchronicity. So remember those words, because that used to irritates me when I'm hearing people, oh, you got good karma. No, it's not good karma, it's dharma. So past the point on this one. But think of the evolution you can have. And out of everything, I say I have no regrets of what happened in the past. I never had, and I stated that a few years ago, and I will still continue to say it, because I ate my black bread and I wasn't pretty, but I made it on the other side. I don't know, by the will of the universe and my own will somehow over the rainbow, because good Lord, that wasn't easy every day. But there is something you always have to learn. But one thing for sure is, when you get out of all of those challenging moments where you don't know where you're going to go, but keep faith and continue to move forward no matter what. This is the amazing part, to see the determination and how resilient we are. And it doesn't have to be to the extreme, because I've been in the extreme on that. But even the smaller bump can teach you a lot about who you are and how to handle it. So that's what I wanted to talk about it today. Amazing. I could speak for hours, but we're going to record the next and the last one for the week in a few minutes. So we'll see what the universe has to share as well. But think about who you are, where you want to be, and get things rolling. Because we all have our own journey. May as well start to embrace who we truly are, because we're all unique. And our uniqueness makes a huge difference in this world. All my love, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.
Universe Podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Emma's Universe Podcast. Emma's Universe Podcast.